It may not be the front page headline today, but the troubles in Haiti after last month's earthquake continue tonight. More than a million people are homeless right now, even more depending on your donations for food and water just to survive.
WBTV's Steve Onosorge went to Haiti with the 82nd Airborne. He spent several days seeing how people from the Carolinas, both soldiers and civilians alike, are making a difference. Tonight, he's on your side with this report from Port-au-Prince.
You can see it on the faces of the children, on the mothers who wonder how they will feed them, and the fathers who seem lost amidst a nation in ruins.
It's life in Haiti, so I can say we need the international help.
The earthquake killed 200,000, many of the dead still trapped in the rubble. There's no doubt about that. Anyone who has been there can tell you.
It's a stench, a bad smell of died persons.
For 1 million of those left alive, makeshift tents in fields are their homes, made from tablecloths and blankets. It's all they have left.
These people aren't thinking about next week or next month. They're concerned about survival today. They'll worry about tomorrow.
For some, survival this day meant emergency care at a makeshift hospital with doctors from America. A survivor was brought in after 27 days in the rubble. This is his picture. Doctors were amazed.
It's incredible.
Lots of earthquake injuries still coming in, but there's a new problem that's growing, especially among children. This child in tough shape, another in critical condition.
A lot of the babies coming in now tend to be more chronic malnutrition, dehydration.
And that's where help from the Carolinas comes in, not just for medical care. Army Chaplain David Johnston, who went to UNCC and has family in Charlotte, is here with the 82nd Airborne, helping with spiritual and emotional needs.
Amazing just to see the outpouring and everything, but it's heartbreaking.
The 82nd is on call for whatever is needed, be it pulling security for a food distribution site, taking rice to orphanages, or carrying 100-pound sacks of food for families in need.
Yeah, I mean, who else needs it the most than these people right now?
The 82nd is on the move day and night to help, a big change from the battlefields of Iraq and Afghanistan. Come on, let's go. Quinthia Swan of Salisbury says it's a good change for now.
I hope to help as many people as I can for the amount of time that I'm here.
The need is overwhelming, not going away anytime soon. You can see it in the faces of people here. In Port-au-Prince, Haiti, Steve Onosorge, WBTV, on your side.
Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, we'll follow the 82nd Airborne to a food distribution point where North Carolina-based Samaritan's Purse making a major difference. And log on now to WBTV.com and click on Web Extras to see a special slideshow, still pictures of Steve's coverage of the events in Haiti.
Look forward to that tomorrow night.
Tonight in Haiti, more than 1 million people homeless, even more depending on donations for food and water just to survive. One of the major private groups helping in the relief effort is North Carolina-based Samaritan's Purse. The group has had people on the ground ever since this earthquake hit.
An amazing organization. WBTV's Steve Onosorge spent nearly a week in the disaster zone with the 82nd Airborne. Steve caught up with Samaritan's Purse as they brought food to the multitude.
It is fitting that the 82nd Airborne from North Carolina is the group setting up the food giveaway for North Carolina-based Samaritan's Purse. They like to secure the site before daybreak, because this is what it looks like at first light. Thousands gather at an old soccer field hoping this is their day to get some food. It's where we also found Franklin Graham, the head of Samaritan's Purse, grateful that the 82nd Airborne was here. Anything can happen when people are desperate, he says.
Where are you from? Dallas, Texas. These people are hungry, and they're just afraid the food's going to run out before they have a chance at it. So if you didn't have the 82nd Airborne here, you just couldn't do it. It'd be too dangerous.
This man lost his wife in the earthquake, has 7 kids to feed. This young woman lost her husband. She's pregnant and hungry.
8 days, she never find nothing to eat.
All of this is an effort to change that, one family at a time. Ken Isaacs oversees it all. It's a long way from his office in Boone, but right where Samaritan's Purse needs to be, he says.
Between businesses shut down, infrastructure in the country damaged, the food capabilities damaged, they've got a real shortage here.
Samaritan's Purse is handing out 42 tons of food a day. People celebrate when they get it.
The food they're getting today is enough for a family for about 2 weeks. After that, they'll have to come back.
Charles Parker of Boone says there's no quick fix to the suffering here, and why Samaritan's Purse will stick around.
We're here for a few months, possibly years.
Franklin Graham says there's no end in sight, even with all the aid that's coming in from all over the world.
The need in Haiti is greater than all of us together.
And it's not just about food. There's another desperate situation developing. That story tomorrow night. Near Port-au-Prince, Haiti, Steve Onesorge, WBTV, on your side.
Look at those little babies. We have more with Steve's interview with Franklin Graham on our website, WBTV.com. A race against the clock to get food and supplies to earthquake victims in Haiti. Now another desperate situation developing. A race against the calendar. The rainy season is coming. More than 1 million people out of their homes. And the looming question tonight is, where will they go?
You know, many have set up their own makeshift villages, but in the face of downpours, tropical storms, and potential hurricanes, those are not going to work. Steve Onesorge continues his reports from Port-au-Prince, Haiti tonight.
There are more than 1 million people in Haiti who have no homes anymore, so getting food is just one side of survival. The people handing it all out know that.
Food's no good unless you've got a place for it to be stored, unless you've got a place for it to be cooked.
For most of the earthquake survivors, that place is a tent made of sticks and sheets. Chris Toes of Samaritan's Purse says the survivors are worried.
They're saying we need shelter, we need it now.
The weather is actually quite miserable, and you'd think it couldn't get much worse. But in just a few weeks, the rainy season will start. And the people who are living in these tents, well, these makeshift tents won't cut it when that happens.
Time is running out. There's already been some rain. In some camps, tents like these are going up. But these shelter boxes, as they are called, complete with stoves and supplies, cost $1,000 each. Not enough are coming in. Most earthquake victims can only hope for plastic to go over what they have. Franklin Graham says that may not be good enough.
When the winds come, storms come, it's all going to blow down. These people are going to have a miserable life. It's going to be a tough deal for them.
For local soldiers like First Sergeant Joshua Carswell of Hickory, the plight of the people is tough to see.
I have 4 kids of my own, and just makes me thankful for what I have back in the States.
And it has soldiers like Cedric Teague from Lenore working tirelessly to help.
I feel like I'm doing a good thing. I'm happy to be here.
His job is at the airport. He's the point man for relief supplies that the 82nd Airborne gives out.
If something is going out to the Haitians through the United States Army, it goes through you?
Exactly.
There's been no slowdown in the effort. With the country's infrastructure in shambles, almost everyone is hurting, whether their homes were damaged or not. And the poor are poorer, with nowhere to turn.
Everybody needs help.
And they will need it for a long time to come. In Port-au-Prince, Haiti, Steve Onesorge, WBTV, on your side.
Now, tomorrow night, Steve will take us to some of the orphanages where we'll see some of the little survivors of this earthquake. And log on right now to WBTV.com. Click on Web Extras to see a special slideshow, the still pictures of Steve's coverage, his time and the events in Haiti.
Some really moving photographs. The faces of the children, the littlest victims of the disaster in Haiti. These young survivors lost so much more than just their homes. They are now orphans. Look at that smile. There has always been a lot of Haitian kids needing homes, but since the earthquake, obviously that need is much greater.
And WBTV Steve Onesorge continues his special report from Port-au-Prince. Right now he takes us inside some of those orphanages, shows you how North Carolinians are making a difference in Haiti.
Wherever American soldiers go in Haiti, kids are never far behind, exchanging high fives or communicating through that international language of the Beach Boys.
We got a lot of love for those kids around here, sir.
Here in the poorest part of town, where a river of raw sewage and garbage flows through, grown-ups have that distant stare of hopelessness. But the kids almost always show a smile and a thumbs up.
They're genuinely appreciative that we're here.
While these children don't have much, they do have their families. They are the lucky ones. In the aftermath of the earthquake, there are many others not so lucky, losing more than their homes, says Joshua Carswell of Hickory.
And a lot of them have lost their parents, brothers, sisters.
These kids at a local orphanage were taken in after they were found wandering alone in the rubble of the earthquake. Now the orphanage needs help to help them.
He's saying it's pretty hard, difficult, since they don't have a lot of means to take care of all these children.
It's why the 82nd Airborne went to more than a dozen orphanages this day, bringing all the food they could carry. We arrived at this place about mealtime, everyone under the shade of a tree, outside for a reason. Though their building looks in good shape, the earthquake left cracks and falling concrete right where the children sleep.
And as at most of the orphanages, you see the tents behind me. That's where the children are sleeping. It doesn't matter how hot it is. They're too afraid to sleep inside of what's left of their building.
They are nicer tents than the ones we found in tent villages, but still just tents. And any loud noise even out here has the little ones reliving the earthquake.
They're scared whenever, an airplane is, flying on top.
The orphans of Haiti have seen more death and destruction than anyone should in a lifetime. Their future uncertain, though there is some hope.
We have like 10 kids that have been adopted.
But that won't happen for most, and their survival means depending on others. On this day, it was a group of soldiers from North Carolina making the difference. In Port-au-Prince, Haiti, Steve Onesorge, WBTV, on your side.
Well, tomorrow night, Steve will conclude his series by looking at the emotional impact of the soldiers, on the soldiers and civilians who have gone to Haiti to help.
Those soldiers making us so proud what they're doing over there.
It's tough work.
Real heroes. A crisis for the people, for the victims, and tonight frustration for relief workers in Haiti. The government is holding up relief supplies at the airport, demanding, in some cases, that customs fees be paid for all those items coming in.
Puzzling, isn't it? Battling government and red tape, just part of the physical and emotional toll it takes on all those there to help, soldiers and civilians alike. It has not been easy for anyone. Steve Onesorge continues his reports from Port-au-Prince.
The Haitian people always seem happy to see Americans, grateful for whatever they can get. No words needed to know what this woman wants. This mother of three had a job and a home before the earthquake, not now.
She says that her family is really poor and she doesn't have any money.
Street markets are starting to open up again, but there are few buyers. This is where it gets tough for soldiers and relief workers.
It is. It's very hard, I really wish we helped everybody.
Robert Heater of Cincinnati did bend the rules once.
Yesterday there was one kid all by himself. I gave him some of my tortillas that I had from an MRE.
Who gets handouts is determined by tickets that are given out. Don't have a ticket, you're out of luck. Officials say they have to stick to the system or there would be chaos.
And that's when somebody might try to do something.
Even I was approached for help, but had to say no.
Food, you're giving food.
Turning someone away will get to you, but that's only part of the emotional toll here. Seeing the rubble works on your mind too.
You can't help but think about the people that were inside when the earthquake hit. Did they survive the initial quake? And how long did they live waiting for help that never came? People aren't really talking about it, but it's what they are thinking.
Still, soldiers like Charles Bergman from Fort Mill are glad to be a part of the effort.
They definitely need a lot of help.
But it will take more than food handouts and new tents to change things here. Experts say an economy has to be built, buildings rebuilt, and the Haitian people have to take charge. Franklin Graham says there's also something else.
Unless the United States and the UN is able to put real pressure on the government here and help them to change, I don't have much hope.
In the meantime, relief groups will keep working, even if help doesn't get to everyone.
No system's going to be perfect.
As for the 82nd Airborne, this is not really what they're trained for, they say.
They are eager to get back and get into the war on terrorism.
But this mission has been special, they say, encouraged by every thumbs up, and just hoping there is a brighter future for the Haitian people. In Port-au-Prince, Steve Onesorge, WBTV, on your side.
And tonight's more good news. The 82nd on its way back to North Carolina. The first wave returned late yesterday, and all 4,000 soldiers expected back in the coming week.
They've certainly made a huge difference there.
We say thumbs up and thank you for what you've done.
Absolutely.